Hi, I'm Zach with Josh's Frogs, and we have a special guest visiting us here all the way from Pennsylvania. So without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you. Yep, my name's Aaron Capoli, and I am actually with the YouTube channel PA Woods and Forests. One of the cool things that I do is focus on the native species from my state, Pennsylvania, and we're going to be doing a really special event called Frog Week.
Oh, cool.
So we're actually, to elaborate more on that, for Frog Week, we're going to be searching for some of the most difficult frogs to find, but we're also going to be showcasing and educating some of the coolest frogs. So pickerel frogs, bullfrogs, American toads, gray tree frogs, all kinds of stuff that's found in nature out in Pennsylvania.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, we have a lot of those same species up here in Michigan. So tell me more about Frog Week. Like, how do people find out more information if they're interested? What role is the public going to play in this?
Well, an interesting thing for the public is actually being educated and informed and just knowing what we actually have, like in our states. Michigan and Pennsylvania have very similar species. There's a couple more we talked about from Pennsylvania, but what their opportunity is to learn and kind of take back and have a perspective of all of the different frogs we have and why they're important. Like, why does a frog matter to us in our lives, and why should we protect them? One of the most important things is for frogs, we want to show them in their natural habitat. We would really love to give people this piece of advice, letting them live where they're supposed to live, keeping their habitats free from timber and pollution and all kinds of trash. And how the public can get informed, how they can find out about Frog Week, is going to PA Woods and Forests on YouTube, which is where it's going to be showcased. You can find us at our Facebook page, PA Woods and Forests. We can also showcase the Instagram as well, which is PA Woods and Forests. So it's all standard, it's all the same brand, and we're just a growing group of people that really care about the environment, care about frogs and toads, and we're just really excited to just encourage people and showcase some of the native wildlife.
Very cool, very cool. So just like here, at Josh's Frogs, we spend a lot of effort and time via various social media vehicles talking about some of the exotic frogs. We work with like these awesome Dendrobates tinctorius. You're educating the public about some of the stuff they can find right in their backyard in Pennsylvania.
Where are you at, buddy? Yeah, they brought them over to protect the crops and everything else. This guy looks so excited for his new home. Look how beautiful that's coming out. This is actually my favorite insect. Look, he wants to come on the phone. He's on the phone. Hey buddy, what are you doing? He just climbed the phone. Watch this. Good luck to you, Mr. Mantis. Look at that. Wow. There's a couple of piles here. Look at that, guys. These ants are breeding. Are you unhappy with the water? Oh, come on now, Mr. Toad. Isn't that a good hiding spot? Well, you just don't like getting wet, huh? Me. I don't know if anybody else would see this. This might be pizza of the year. Pineapple from Domino's. Pineapple pizza. But not only did we have Domino's for our watch party, we had something even cooler than that. We had Little Caesars. It wasn't delivery. Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, so we had it wasn't really delivery, but it was Little Caesars, and as you guys know, there's really two good options: pepperoni and cheese. So we are hanging out here, the PA Woods and Forests crew, just checking out the early stages of what Frog Week was 5 to 6 months ago. So you can see some of the crew is here. Not everybody's going to be featured in the first part of Frog Week that's here, but it's really cool because it's going to give a lot of anticipation for what's going to come for the next 2 parts of Frog Week. So I don't know if anybody has any expectations of what we're going to see, but what's anybody's initial thoughts while we're sitting here having a watch party?
It's going to be exciting.
I'm zooming in on Hannah.
No, you
What was your experience in Frog Week? Like, were you excited?
Are we really doing this?
Yeah, dude, it's a watch party.
We're not doing this right now.
Yeah.
Whenever you have kids, he's going to ask you like very contemporary questions. So how do you feel about this right now? I think you captured the essence of what it means to be in PA Woods and Forest. A herper. Herper. Yeah, it's coming along well.
So what was your take on tonight from seeing like the playback of like what we did for the last 5 or 6 months of our lives?
I think that documentary really encompassed like what like herping in the spring is all about, pretty much. It was a pretty good documentary, I will say that. A lot of good times.
These are just the beginning of Frog Week. As I've been talking to the PA Woods and Forest crew, we have 2 other parts that are coming. It makes it a little bit difficult because of the coronavirus, but also because this is now a school grade for me. There's a lot more emphasis and attention to detail that needs to be paid attention to. It's going to delay a little bit of the project, but at the same time, it's going to make a more quality project. So there's a lot to look forward to. This is a quick glance at the episodes. Not all the episodes are here, but the beginning of Frog Week is. So this was the early risers. Hopefully you guys will join us and continue to watch Frog Week. how they sway in the leaves. Look at this queen. They're here mating all day. Got him.
That's like your little toad upstairs, huh?
Oh, there he goes. Young wood frog. You can kind of see him. Pretty cool find here. Just rained. Still kind of raining in the forest. And it's a cool night. It's a perfect time to find salamanders and wood frogs. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, he got me. He impaled me. Why? I didn't even do anything to you. It's an assault on Tyler.
Hey, buddy. Well, he's aware of my presence now. Can I get a hippity hoppity? Well, he hippity hoppity.
We don't know what this is, but what a cool find here in the western woods.
This is your light that brought this to us.
Yep, it's better than a moth. Oh,
Well,
here you are, sir. He's got his mouth open.
he's probably getting a little bit frustrated, maybe. I don't know.
These are one of the loudest insects you're gonna hear in the woods and forests of Pennsylvania. Is this what kind of species of katydid is this? This is probably, if you're in western Pennsylvania, the most common katydid you're gonna see. They're super abundant. You don't want to mess with them because they pack a really strong bite. They really aren't afraid of a whole lot because of their size, but that doesn't mean that they're without fear. This is a truly nocturnal insect, but the cool thing is in the fall, especially when it's getting cooler at night, they'll begin to come out during the day and call in choruses, which is super awesome. It's like a mix between a cricket and a grasshopper, but just a lot bigger.
It's like a giant cave cricket, bit like green. Look at that.
only do we have one female toad, here's what I found out, guys. We have two female toads here. Yep, this is toad number 2. Oh my god, we have a second toad. Look at that. So toad 1 won't eat. Let's see if toad 2 will eat for us. Here she is again. Isn't this great seeing the toad? She sticks around. I don't know how much more we're gonna see this toad, but she's been here for weeks. I might have actually rescued her and brought her to this house to breed, which I don't know if she bred, but she definitely has stuck around. There is another female around here somewhere. But this toad has been really open to feeding on stuff from people, giving it food. Every time she sees me, she just sits there and waits. She doesn't run away. We're at October 10th right now, so you don't have very much longer in the month of October for amphibians to be out, just because amphibians are more cold-blooded. They regulate their body temperature from the heat outside, so as it's getting colder, they're getting slower. And honestly, what they're going to eventually do in October, November is they're going to start to dig down to brumate. So I don't know how long this girl has, but I'm getting all the pictures and videos that I can, just because this is one of the last frogs or toads that I'll have the privilege of seeing in 2020 before they all brumate or something else. It's a really awesome thing to see an American toad. October 9th, she's going to be out here over October 10th too, so I mean, she's made it almost halfway through the month already with pretty warm temperatures for October. We're going to move on. Good luck to you, girl, and hopefully you get some more warmer weather.
They go on it. I know, but it's hard not to.
That's timber harvesting, right there. All of these trees. As they say, all good things must come to an end. With the Frog Week season winding down, it was only fitting that we came to the place that gave us the most footage, and one of the places where we first began. There's a lot of different things that come to mind returning to this area. That this is an area that serves one of the greatest battlegrounds, but also some of the greatest lessons. Whether the frogs and toads have to battle the man-made catastrophes that we place in front of them, or they have to battle each other. Frog Week for PA Woods and Forests only does focus on the woods and forests of Pennsylvania, but its reach is much farther than that. The message is urgent, and the frogs and toads are continuously declining, especially in the United States. With diseases, climate change, parasites, forest fragmentation, and just a decline in number overall. Frogs and toads are at a greater risk now more than ever. And it's up to you, the viewer, to decide. You don't have to be out here doing road rescues and observing frogs and toads during thunderstorms. You don't have to be out in the middle of the night. The most important thing that you can do while sitting at home watching this is to have more interest and to care a little bit more about what happens to your neighborhood frogs and toads. Not to go out of your way to harm them, and you don't have to go out of your way to save them, but allow them to survive, allow them to do what they've done best. And hopefully, as you've been watching Frog Week, you've gained a little bit more respect and interest in these animals. Some might call them ugly and nasty and slimy, and while they hold true to a lot of those derogatory remarks, we're also reminded that one of the simplest and most fragile life forms is in our hands. We control the narrative for what happens to these frogs and toads, whether we want to believe that or not. And it comes down to a choice. We need frogs and toads, and they need us. But the choice we have is to decide whether or not we care. Because as the frogs and toads disappear from the forests and the woodlands of Pennsylvania, as well as the other states and other countries that they live in, so too does the ecosystem and the world that we live. Frogs and toads control numerous amounts of pesky insects that inflict damage on the human population, whether that be mosquitoes or ticks or others, even cockroaches. Amphibians, especially frogs and toads, are voracious predators over these insects. The frogs and toads need our help, and they don't need a lot of it, they just need us to start caring. I hope that you've enjoyed Frog Week, and I hope that this conclusion will be what you needed to finally have a little bit more interest in frogs and toads.